So welcome. My name is Michael Töd. I'm the CEO of dailypoint, and I want to give you some information about feedback management and how you can boost customer acquisition. So if you're interested in more webinars from us, just go on www.dailypoint.com/webinars. A couple YouTube videos are waiting for you. So what's the goal of the webinars? Is improve your CRM, your existing customer management, and push acquisition to new customers, identify cost-saving potentials, and of course, make better and more sustainable decisions. Especially, this is something what we target today. So dailypoint. So if you don't know dailypoint, let me give you a brief introduction to it. So dailypoint covers the whole customer journey. So we have developed over the last years huge amount of interfaces, certified interfaces with all leading PMS systems. We have an open API on the OTA standard, which means that it's super easy to connect to the system. So it's, first of all, it's a platform. What makes it unique is that we have very sophisticated data cleansing algorithms. So the last 15 years, our main customers were super luxury hotels, hotel groups. And their main goal is to create a central profile with clean data. And this is exactly what we do and what we do with our data laundries. We clean data fully automatically and create this nice, beautiful, rich central profile. And with all of this, what we have with the interfaces, with the API, with the data laundry, with the central profile, and in total we have about 15 own modules right now, basically in the CRM section, we can really cover the whole 8 stages of the customer journey, from the information to the booking, pre-stay, stay, post-stay, CRM phase. Everything can be consolidated and integrated into dailypoint. It's enriched, as I said, it's a platform by the dailypoint marketplace. So far, we have close to 140 integrations. If you're interested in an integration, just go on our website and apply for an integration. It's super fast, super easy, and you get access to all the major PMS systems and to the central profile, of course. So, but today, feedback management and customer acquisitions, 2 things that go hand in hand. So first of all, quality management, questionnaire management, guest feedback management. It's not only about quality management. This is much, much more, especially when you work with dailypoint. It's also a value-based complaint management system, which means, of course, it must be linked to the profile. If you have feedback and you don't know who gave you the feedback, you cannot really reply in a proper way. So it's super important that it's linked to the profile. Number 3 is, so if you get an answer about the spa, about your gourmet restaurant, about whatever in your hotel, and you know who gave you this, then in dailypoint, you can enrich the profile by this information automatically. So you can create interests, preferences using machine learning algorithms. Then, of course, customer acquisition. So it's important that you push your listings on Tripadvisor, on Holiday Check, on Google, and the other platforms. And for that, you need a system which is which partners with the big evaluation platforms to make sure it's quick and easy for the customer to give you feedback. Direct distribution, which means you have to integrate on your website a widget which shows feedback and the ratings of your hotel to tell the visitor of your website, hey, trust us, book direct. And finally, GDPR. So on a platform approach, if you have dailypoint as a platform, you send the questionnaires with dailypoint, and someone shows up and say, hey, give me all the data you have from me, or delete my data. It's easy because everything is linked together. Everything is on one platform. So you can really be technically compliant with GDPR. So, first of all, in order to make correct analysis, it's super important that, of course, you have an individual questionnaire. You have a property which is normally unique. You have special needs. So you have to create an individual questionnaire. Number 2, that's important, you should follow the two-component approach we offer. Two-component approach means it's not enough just to evaluate the satisfaction of the customer. You also want to know, okay, how important are the different areas for your especially key target groups to make then smarter decisions afterwards. I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that exactly. And of course, the answers must be connected to the central profile. Why? Because it's much more important to know what your key target group thinks about you compared to the one-timers. Also complaint management. If you don't know who gave you the feedback, what's the value behind this customer, it's really hard. It's not really a smart way to reply to a customer. So that's a sample of a questionnaire showing the two-component approach. So what we have, so we have the room service here. And the first thing what dailypoint asks us, or the system asks us, how important is the room service for you? So maybe it's, the people don't care your key target groups, but maybe they do. So just think about, you say, well, my key target group really needs and wants a good room service. That's super important. And you also see, but the satisfaction is not high enough. So you know exactly, okay, I have to invest, I have to train, I have to invest in hardware, whatever. And on the other side, if the people say, well, I don't care about the room service, but the people are super satisfied with it, then you probably think, well, I spend money in an area that people don't need. Okay, so this is very, very helpful when it comes to budget decisions, to training decisions. The two-component approach really, well, is something in other industries which are common, but not in our industry. So I highly recommend to use this, because this is very, very important when you want to make smart decisions. So, and then we offer this decision matrix. So we have the importance on the one side, we have the satisfaction on the other side, and then you know exactly, okay, here's my key target group. So maybe here I need no investment, but here it's super important that the people are not satisfied. I have to do anything or something, and I have to do it now. So it is really, 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 really helpful. Then, of course, profile enrichment. I told you before. So when someone gives you feedback about your fine dining or about the spa, then it should also be automatically added to the guest profile. I mean, you have, here in our industry, you collect so much data, but normally it's not available centrally. And dailypoint really as a platform brings everything together, use machine learning to create guest insights on an unknown level, I would say. Then, of course, customer acquisition. So it's super important that you push, for instance, Tripadvisor or Google reviews. So in order to get a good rating or a good listing, yeah, there are, well, all the algorithms are comparable, are similar. So let's say you need a lot, well, the overall average rating, of course, is important, but then the number of ratings and how recent the ratings are. These are, especially the two last things, are super important to get a listing in a top position. And dailypoint helps you to do this, because we are partnering with most of the big evaluation platform, which means the customer does not have to sign up to give the feedback. You send a questionnaire, your normal hotel questionnaire, and they want to post something on Tripadvisor, they can do directly from the questionnaire without logging in again. So you make it easy for them. So that's a strategy to collect a lot of feedback in very easily. So how to collect quickly many reviews? Of course, send a feedback, make it easy. And you can also track who gave you the feedback. This is pretty unique. So you can also do a follow-up to the customers who have not given you a feedback. So right now with COVID, what you can do is just send an email to all your customers who stayed in the last couple months in your hotel or last year in your hotel, and ask them to give you good feedback. this is what you can do. And a lot of people will do that. And you can push your listings to a top position. So, tip, collect reviews now. And this is what I told you before. Create an extra questionnaire and dynamize the questions. Yeah, of course, you can create some dynamic parts with dailypoint. For instance, the receiver with a Google account gets a link to the Google feedback, or recipients from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, or in other markets where Holiday Check is a leading platform. You can integrate Holiday Check. Or in other global segments, of course, you can use Tripadvisor. You can create a follow-up action, so marketing automation is here the keyword. And you can respond the feedback directly in dailypoint. That's also important. So if you get a feedback, you can respond directly in dailypoint. You have everything in one place. All right. So next thing is turn lookers into bookers. So you spend a lot of money to create a nice looking website, to market the website, to bring the people on your website. And then you have to do as much as you can to convince the people to book directly. So to push the conversion. One thing what you can do is, for instance, install a direct booker club. But this is a separate webinar. But check for the direct booker club from dailypoint. But what you also can do is put a feedback widget on your website. You can use Tripadvisor, you can use other widgets, but of course you can use the integrated widget from dailypoint and tell the customers, really, trust me, here's feedback, you want to see the details. And this is a pretty neat function. So if you want to learn more about CRM data management, I can recommend my latest book, The Contribution of CRM to Sales Performance in the Hotel Business. And yeah, that's it. Check out dailypoint.com/webinars and see you here next time. Thanks.